Can I even read that? Hi everyone, welcome back to my booktube channel. My name is Brenna Green. You're watching Pineapple Strawberry. 2017 is coming to an end. Today's video will be DNFs of 2017. Now, a lot of booktubers are either for DNFing books or against DNFing books, and DNF stands for did not finish. Me personally, I am completely for DNFing books. I personally think that life is way too short not to read a really good book that you enjoy. So if you don't like it, why force yourself to finish it? But hey, everyone has their own opinion, to each their own. I'm just gonna be telling you guys all the books that I did not finish this whole year. Alaskan Laundry. Now, I have never DNF'd a book in my life until this year. So the first one I DNF'd was a pretty hard time for me. This book put me in a reading slump, a really bad reading slump, by the way. This was read back in February, I think, and it just, like, the cover was so beautiful to me. I just had to get it from the library, and I started reading it. I got like, I think 20 pages in or something, and it just gave me a really, really depressing vibe, which is the complete opposite vibe that I was hoping for. I just did not want to read this book. I was like, oh my god, I hate this book. Why am I reading it? So then I DNF'd it, and it was a good decision. And then all my DNFs after that became a little bit more easy. I DNF'd Amy Schumer's book called The Girl with the Lower Back Tattoo, something like that. I love Amy Schumer personally. I love all of her movies. Any movie she's in is worth watching. So I was like, okay, let me try out her book. The first chapter was amazing. It was really, really interesting and really funny. And then the farther I got into it, the more I was like, I'm not even interested anymore. Because to be honest, the first chapter I think was like about her sex life, and I thought the whole book was gonna be about her sex life. But whenever it got into more of her personal life, I just didn't really care for it anymore. I mean, I think she's a very, very good person to this day, and I liked the book. It just wasn't sticking with me, and I was just like, I'd rather read something else. Last Chance Llama Ranch was a book that I invested a lot of my time into. I think a cool like 3 weeks. I got like 250 pages into it. It was a really good book about this girl who was a really, really good skier, and she got in an accident, so she became a journalist. So she went on all these adventures, writing down all of her stuff in the journal online, the blog. That's what it's called, a blog. And I was really, really into it, but there was nothing happening in the book, which made me DNF the book. After a while, it just became kind of boring, so I stopped. This next book is one of my more recent DNFs, and that was Warcross by Marie Lu. And I heard a lot about this book. I heard a lot of hype, and I was like, okay, I'm here for it. I'm gonna read it. I still would recommend this book to people that are into sci-fi and stuff like that. I got about 60 pages in, and I just realized that this book is not for me. It's a really, really good written book. Like, I think people would really enjoy it, just not for me. I'm not a big gamer. I'm not big on sci-fi. Honestly, it took me a really long time to get invested in the characters, and I still wasn't even invested in the characters that much. My most recent DNF, which a lot of people will probably be disappointed in me, was 3 Dark Crowns. This book was highly anticipated by me this whole year, and then I finally got my hands on it from the library, and I think the first 80 pages, and I was still confused about what was happening. It was like each chapter switched off, and I only liked one of the princesses, which was Catherine the Poison Princess, and then the other stories didn't even matter to me. I was confused about all their terms. I feel like I was reading a second book in a series without reading the first one. I actually personally looked up spoilers online so I can see how the book ended, so that I wouldn't have to read it all, because I was not here for it. The book ended good. I'll say that. This last book that I'm about to tell you, I don't even remember the title of this book because it sucked. But it was actually my first attempt at a graphic novel. I'll put it up here if I get a picture of it. But yeah, it was like about this wedding, like how to prepare for a wedding or something like that, and the girl ended up talking about her whole life with her man, and I just did not sign up for that. It really, really was bad. I'm sorry. Now I'm pretty wary when it comes to graphic novels. Like, anytime someone mentions graphic novels, I kind of just like, thank you guys so much for watching. Those were my DNFs of 2017. Let me know in the comments down below if you are for or against DNFing books. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.